What happens when two of Asia's most powerful nations clash over a sea that holds immense economic, military, and geopolitical value? For decades, the South China Sea has been at the heart of one of the most intense and high-stakes territorial disputes in the world. But in this video, we're not just looking at a map. We're diving deep into a regional struggle that could define the future of Asia and the world. This is Vietnam's fight against China in the South China Sea. To understand the present, we need to rewind to the past. China and Vietnam share a millennia-old history, one filled with conflict, cooperation, and complicated power dynamics. For centuries, China's imperial ambitions have sought to dominate its neighbors, with Vietnam being one of its most significant targets. The legacy of war and colonialism left deep scars on Vietnam, and in the 20th century the struggle reached a boiling point. In 1974, China seized the Paracel Islands, a chain of islands sitting between Vietnam and China, sparking an enduring territorial clash. And in the 1980s, tensions erupted again in the Spratlys, another archipelago that both nations claim. This wasn't just about land. The South China Sea has rich resources, oil, gas, and fisheries, along with strategic shipping lanes that move trillions of dollars every year. It's a treasure trove that both nations have fought to control. Fast forward to today, and the stakes are higher than ever. Vietnam, despite being a smaller nation, has stood firm against China's aggressive expansion. But Vietnam's response is more than just military, it's strategic. In recent years, we've seen Vietnam strengthen its ties with other global powers, particularly the United States, Japan, and even India. The United States and Japan have been vocal supporters of Vietnam's sovereignty in the South China Sea, and in return, Vietnam has become an essential partner in the Indo-Pacific region. One of the boldest moves? Vietnam's decision to impose anti-dumping tariffs on Chinese steel, a direct challenge to China's economic influence. It's a statement of resilience, proving that Vietnam isn't just fighting for territory, it's fighting for its future. But why is this feud so critical? The South China Sea is a maritime crossroads. It's where 30% of global shipping trade flows. It holds significant untapped oil and gas reserves. For China, controlling it means consolidating its dominance in the Indo-Pacific, securing trade routes, and locking down critical resources. For Vietnam, it's a matter of survival. Losing access to the resources and strategic control of these waters would severely impact its economy. But the stakes aren't just economic. The region's stability is at risk, and the implications go beyond Asia. China has rapidly expanded its military presence, building artificial islands in the Spratlys, turning barren reefs into fully functional outposts. These military bases serve as a clear signal. China intends to control this entire area, regardless of who else claims it. And yet, Vietnam persists. Its resistance is not just symbolic. It's real, it's bold, and it's shaking up regional dynamics. So what does all this mean for the world? At its core, this struggle represents a broader contest of power between China and the global community. Vietnam, with its strategic alliances and resilience, has become a key player in the larger fight for balance in the Indo-Pacific. And it's not just about military might, it's about economic influence, international law, and even public opinion. Can Vietnam's growing alliances with the US, Japan, and others deter China's relentless expansion? Will these partnerships shift the balance of power in the region? These are questions we must consider. The next few years will be pivotal in determining whether Vietnam can hold its ground, or if China's ambitions will reshape the South China Sea and beyond. So, where do we go from here? What do you think? Can Vietnam's resilience, backed by its strategic partnerships, actually prevent China from achieving its aims? Or is this an unstoppable force pushing the region into a new geopolitical reality? We want to hear from you. What role do you think the international community should play in this high-stakes conflict? How can countries like Vietnam continue to stand firm against such overwhelming pressure? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into global politics and the power plays shaping our world. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you in the next video.